One person asked me how I make my backing cards for my keychains, and now I feel obligated to show you how. In case you didn't know, these are what the backing cards look like. It has a little slit in the top so that you could put the keychain in, and it just hooks on so that it looks like this, and then I put a little tape in the back of the keychain so that it stays on the paper. A lot of you ask how I even make this little slit, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do it on my Silhouette Cameo. Okay, so for me, I typically like my backing cards in a rectangular shape. So I have a template size for all my backing cards, and so once I have the design ready, I know this is kind of like not the best way to do it. There's probably a better way, but it has worked for me thus far, so I like to just put it like on the iPad itself and kind of measure it that way. Let me just put the hoop actually. And it's right here. Ooh. Right here, and then right here, and then I kind of just draw maybe a little arch. There's probably a better way to measure this out on like Adobe or even on here, but again, this has been working for me, so I'm not gonna, you know, change these habits because it again has worked for me. So anyways, and then I just kind of move this to the center. And then I kind of just move this to the center of the sheet, or where I want it to be. Actually, I think I'm going to put it a little lower so it doesn't cover anything. And then I just imported it into my Silhouette Cameo to cut, and I'm going to actually show you how I set it up so that it works. Okay, so once you have your keychain backing card onto Silhouette Cameo, the next thing that you want to do is, you know, cut this slit out, and it's, you know, in one piece right now. So how are you going to cut that? So what I like to do is actually go to this trace tool over here, select trace area, and then just get this area right here. And then I think it's about like 70 is how much I'm going to do it to, like the threshold. And then just trace and detach, and you should be able to just pull it out, and you can just get this cut already here. If you keep it empty like this, the Silhouette Cameo is not going to know to actually cut it out. It's just going to be printed white. So what you have to do next is actually go to this here, offset, and offset it so that it's like 0.001, so it's very close to the design. Rather than having like white space around it. So after that, like, you want to group it together so it doesn't move, and then you put it back to the backing card, and then just want to make sure it's aligned where it was. And then you want to group all of that together. So once it's grouped, like, you can move it around wherever you want on the sheet, and then when you're ready to print it out, you can see here, like, that's where it's going to cut, and then also of the card itself. So it's just that easy, guys. Now I'm gonna print it out and show you what it's gonna look like. So here it is printed out. Again, the black slits are where we're going to be cutting on the machine. So now that it's cut, it just comes right out. I already took this one out, and then this one is already perfectly cut again. Alright, this one, my blade is not the best, to be honest, but it's basically cut. You kind of just have to pull it out and then kind of, oh, it's stuck. And then you just kind of clean it up. But again, my blade is really bad. It's very old, so I think that's why. But this one came out good. It's just stuck again. Yeah, 3 out of the 4 came out good, which is a win for me. The next thing that I like to do is just kind of round out the corners with this tool that I have, and then after that I can just put on the keychain in there. Okay, so the moment of truth of whether the keychain fits into the backing card, so let's test it out. So I'm just gonna quickly put it in, and it looks like it fits, and it just kind of dangles like that. But again, I like to put some tape on the backing of the keychain and onto the backing card so it sticks like that. But other than that, it looks like it fits perfectly. I know this is a shorter video, but hopefully you learned a little bit about my process and how I make my backing cards, how I make the slit, and how I put it into my little cameo and everything. So until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to more videos like this.